All right. Hi, guys. Let me do this with my camera wipe it off a little bit. There we go. What's going on, everybody? You know what time it is. Week 16. For anyone watching this live, which shows there's a person here, what's going on? But for anyone watching this on replay, Week 16's here. Already. 2 more weeks left. And this is the time where the pretenders are eradicated and the contenders essentially seal their, they advance to the next stage, which is the playoffs. Now, I was trying to find the scenarios for, who can possibly clinch this week, but the NFL wants to be stingy and not post them. I thought Schefter did, but they were from last week. So I guess what I'll do is I'll just go over them on Saturday, being as we're like the second game to be played. I don't think he posted anything. I don't recall them posting scenarios. Although I'm pretty sure we can guess who's got a chance to make the playoffs. It's not too hard at this point. Of course, Pro Bowl rosters will be announced officially on Wednesday. So today, technically. If you're watching this out east, in the East Coast, today, out west, tomorrow. Let me get rid of Twitter here. Okay. So, anyways, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this stuff. Let's just jump right on into these picks. So, let's go to the schedule. I would also look at super stingy. Things just take forever to develop. Kind of like a lot of these routes that we're trying to run out here in Cleveland. They'd be long as routes taking like 10 seconds to develop. But anyways, let's get right into it. As Thursday, December 23rd. Yeah, how about that? 8 days out of the next 10. Or now it's more like we had football on Thursday last week. And then, of course, supposed to have 2 games on Saturday. Only had 1. We had our slate of games on Sunday. 2 games last night. 2 games tonight. None today, Wednesday. And then, technically yesterday, tonight, Wednesday, Tuesday, we had 2 games. 2 very good games, mind you. None on Wednesday. And then we're back in action on Thursday as the 8-6 San Francisco 49ers travel to Tennessee, the 9-5 Tennessee Titans. And I'm going to pull up the, not the schedules, because we already pretty much know the schedules at this rate. Because these divisions are getting really, really close. Only one team has clinched the playoff spot up to this point, and it's the Packers. No surprise. The Packers have been insane. And I'll get to them here in a second because they play on Saturday. They play us. But the Titans, they're in a dogfight right now. They are in an absolute brawl with the Colts for that division. And you look at the Titans' schedule. After this week, it's Dolphins and Texans. 2 extremely winnable games, and you might be getting Derrick Henry back. By the way, this might be a long stream, so I suggest you grab some popcorn or, a little late night snack, depending on where you are. If you're out in Hawaii, grab yourself some dinner and freaking get ready to sit down and enjoy the show. Because I'm going to be dissecting schedules and stuff as well as my picks. But I'm going to try and keep it as, under an hour, pretty much. I guess for like all the big games, I dissect the schedules and stuff. But yeah, like for the division races and stuff, Tennessee, they got San Fran, they got the Dolphins, and then the Texans. So yeah, man, if they play their cards right, they can win. They can win out here, win 3 straight. And then you look at what the Indianapolis Colts have to deal with. Their final couple games. Raiders and Jags. As, of course, they play the Cardinals on Christmas Day. Kind of funny how they have us and the Colts playing on the same day again. But, yeah, they have the Raiders on January 2nd and then the Jags. So they could possibly, again, they're going to need to win out. But can they do it? If they beat the Cardinals, I think they can win out easily. Oh, yeah, they can win out easily. They have to match the Titans move for move at this rate. They have to hope the Titans slip up. The Titans must slip up. Because, if you're wondering, they got swept, so they don't even have the tiebreaker. They didn't even split. No tiebreaker or anything. So, yeah, they need the Titans to absolutely fall apart, which they might. You never know. But in this game, San Francisco, much like Tennessee, is, believe it or not, very much in the running for their division, as the 49ers are 8-6, and they essentially need to win out to even have a chance at their division. And they need the Rams and the Cardinals to both lose. Now, they've had the Rams number as of late. And you look at the Niners' schedule coming up. The final 3 games, or 2 games after the Titans, Texans and Rams. So not easy. Not easy at all. Texans, yeah, that's whatever. But the Rams in LA, a team that they've owned, I guess you could say they've pretty much owned them this year, like in the past couple of years, especially since Jimmy G showed up. Man, that would be fun. I think the Niners could very well make the playoffs this year if they can finish the year out strong, which they very well can. But in this game, considering it's in Tennessee, short week, I'm sorry, Roach, if you're watching, but I am going with the Titans. Beat the Packers. What's up, Weapon X? Yeah, we'll try for you. Hill or Kelsey? Right now, no. Be ready for next Monday night because we are beating y'all. I'm going to see a sweep in person. Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, in terms of actual injuries, Kareem Hunt's out. I think he has like an ankle or something. No, I think he had something else. But none he had COVID. That's right. He's on the list. But in terms of actual injuries that I know of, Garrett's got a groin injury, but I think he'll be all right, hopefully. And Greg Newsome has a concussion because he fell during practice, like last minute of practice or something. He fell and freaking hit his head on the ground. Because, of course, he did. And Takk McKinley, he's out with a ruptured Achilles. Same injury that Delpit had. He's out until next year. And that's the same injury Vernon had. Olivier Vernon has not even been, I don't even know, is he even ready to come back yet? I mean, if he was, you'd figure a team that's in the playoffs would probably sign him for depth, but nothing has happened there. But I'm gonna go Titans. They're at home, and it's a Thursday night, and I usually always go for the Thursday night home team. And the betting line is actually 3.5 for the Niners, but it would just be so Niners to lose to Tannehill and the Titans. But I think the Titans are going to do just enough to win this game. And we already know about the broadcast crew. It'll be Buck and Aikman. All right, moving on. We are going to Saturday games again. Yay. And, of course, the Browns play on Saturday again. We were supposed to play on Saturday last week against the Raiders, but we caught the bug, and we got our asses kicked by the bug. And then we lost in heartbreaking fashion to the Raiders. So we're 7-7 on the brink of probably having our season ended. Lovely. And we go to face the Packers, who are the only team to clinch a playoff spot so far. Now, the Bucs had a chance to, but they got blanked by the Saints. First time, I think, ever that Brady got blanked. Sheesh. And Brady was not happy. But, yeah, we're in the midst of a firefight in the AFC North. It seems like nobody wants to win that division. That division was held on a silver platter like this. Here you go, Browns. Take it. And we're like, nah, we don't want it. No, you take it. Bengals, you take it. The Bengals are like, what? Me? You want me to take the division lead? And they're like, yeah, take it. They're like, you good? It's like, yeah, go ahead. We don't want it. You take it. The Steelers and Ravens are looking at us like, hey, yo, Browns, you good? Are you on something? Like, no, why? The division's literally there for you. Take it. Nah. That's literally what happened. Of course, the week prior to that, the Bengals were in the same situation. The Ravens had it for them. Like, Bengals, take the division lead. Take it. Bengals are like, nah. So what is with Ohio teams and not wanting to take the division lead? Is it because like whoever leads the division usually gets their asses kicked the next week? Probably. Who knows? The division's flipped hands so many times, it's really hard to keep track. But of course, we're going to Green Bay on Christmas to face Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau. Did I mention? I think I mentioned this in my video. He's one touchdown pass shy of passing Brett Favre for most touchdown passes in Green Bay history. So, of course, it would happen on Christmas in Lambeau against us. Just our luck. Now you're probably thinking, crazy dog, you're going to pick the Browns, aren't you? It really depends on the whole situation right now. If we get like 95% of our players back, because we know Clowney probably won't be back unless he tests out. Same thing with Hudson. But if we can get everyone that tested positive, like Tuesday and Wednesday, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those are like the 3 big days. I think we'll be fine. Like, I'm talking the 6 players that tested positive officially on, I think it was Tuesday when Jarvis and them tested positive. And then we put like another like a few players on like Wednesday. It seemed like every day we were putting players on the list. If we can just get back 95% of the players that were out, we'll be fine. But by the way, if you're wondering what about Baker and Kevin, well, their 10-day thing is actually up on Saturday. So I believe they would be good to go for the game. As I think would the same be with like Jarvis and all them. So we'd probably be like 95% good to go, aside from Clowney and them, unless they test out, like I said. But I'm not gonna be a super homer here and say, oh yeah, we're gonna beat the crap out of the Packers. Because the Lambeau, short week as it is already, of course, playing on Monday night. So this is essentially like a Monday to Thursday turnaround. They're probably not going to change much with their game plan. I don't know. But for the purpose of the picks, I'm actually going to go against my team because I just don't trust us to go into Green Bay. I don't. Going into Green Bay on a short week to face Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, good luck. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Packers to beat the Browns here. Although I do think that we do bounce back, beating the Steelers and then the Bengals, which would be hilarious. Ending their season. What's up, Clayton? What's up, Fight Hype? What's going on? Skull Vikings says Hansen. I'll get to them in a minute here as well. But then, betting line for this game is 7 points favoring the Packers. Not surprising given our circumstances. But yeah, this could be an ugly game unless we can get some guys back. It would be a dream to have Clowney and Garrett out there if Garrett's healthy, which he's obviously not. I mean, no one's really fully healthy at this point in the season. But my dude has a groin injury, so hopefully he's all right there. There's actually a picture of Carlson's game-winning field goal. I swear, it might have been like there's the angle of the picture, but it looked like my dude Garrett was like that close to blocking that kick. Maybe it's just no. If they would have showed the side, it was probably like this. Like here's his hand and here's the ball. Probably be like that. But it looked like he was like that close to knocking that ball out of the air. And I tell you one thing, If he would have knocked the ball out of the air, if he would have blocked the kick, oh boy, that place would have erupted. I would have went nuts. Probably would have went viral. I would have been screaming my head off. But of course, in typical Browns fashion, that happened. Because defense was missing a lot of guys, and they just couldn't keep them back. Made some very weird decisions late too. The offense didn't get the first down, which could have ended the game. The punt was horrible. It wasn't trash. It wasn't the worst punt I've seen from Colquitt or anybody, Gillen or Colquitt. But that was a bad punt. It was mid. And then defense, like Ward and JOK, made a bad decision. They should have tackled the dude, kept him in bounds because there was like 20 seconds left. It would have been like, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. Yeah. Oh, well, it all comes back to that missed kick before halftime. But then again, if he makes that kick, who knows what happens afterwards? Things happen, But yeah, I'm gonna go Packers at home. I mean, just based. I may be a low key homer, but I mean, come on, we're going to Lambeau. That ain't gonna be a good. That it could be ugly if we're not careful. And calling this game will be Buck and Aikman. So, I'm sorry, no, Burkhardt and Olsen will be doing Thursday night. Oh, what makes sense? Makes sense because there's no way they're gonna have Buck and Aikman doing 3 games or 2 games. Yeah, 2. Okay. I was going to say, there's no way you're going to have them doing a Thursday and then a Saturday. Hell no. With 1 day turnaround, going from Tennessee to Green Bay, nah. It's a lot of information to jam into their heads, man. So Burkhardt and Olsen will be doing Thursday night. First time in a while that we're not having those two. We're not having Buck and Aikman doing Thursday night games. Interesting. Should be fun. I like Greg Olsen in the booth. And then Kevin Burkhardt's one of the good ones, too. But yeah, Buck and Aikman doing Cleveland, Green Bay. And then we go to the second game of the night on Saturday, Christmas night. Of course, these guys will also be competing with basketball, as will we, but you already know what I'm doing. Oh, basketball? No, I'm doing Browns-Packers, in case you didn't know. Duh. Now, if the Cavs were somehow playing on Christmas, that'd be a tough choice. If they played at noon, I'd be like, hey, do a doubleheader. Cavs in the afternoon, like at noon, Browns at 4:30. That'd be nuts. Rest in peace to my freaking notifications. That's tough. And then, of course, I'd be streaming the very next day. Not going to do that. That would put us in a back-to-back. I don't even know how they would do it. But Colts and Cardinals in Arizona on Christmas Day night. Christmas night. How about that, huh? Almost like Christmas Eve. What am I doing? This is going to be a good game. Cardinals, they've been falling off a little bit. Colts are starting to get hot, as I mentioned earlier. We already went through their schedule. They are trying to keep up with the Titans. And this is the biggest game on their schedule right now. And, they're on the road in Arizona, too. It'll be interesting to see what Carson Wentz has. I think the Colts could easily win this game. In fact, believe it or not, I have them winning this game. I have the Colts going out there and taking it to the Cardinals. The Cardinals have not looked good. Although I expect the Cardinals to come out here at home and try to take care of business. But, yeah, the Cardinals are looking like they're fumbling the bag right now in the NFC West because the Rams are right there. But I'm going to go Colts. Give me Indy. How about that, huh? Low-key shocker pick, yeah. Colts over the Cards. All right, moving on to Sunday. We got one of the most interesting games of the week. We have the 4-10 Giants and the 7-7 Eagles. Eagles got a nice win tonight over the football team. Giants are looking like a ginormous mess right now. See what I did there? Ginormous. Aha. Now, in case you didn't hear, at their Fan Appreciation Day, last week, John Mara, the lovely owner of the Giants, decided, I like my fans so much, I'm going to give every season ticket holder a medium Pepsi. And by the way, if you had like a group of tickets, like, let's say a family of 4 had season tickets, one beverage. And it went to the person, I guess, whose name was on the account. So yeah, you had to share a beverage with 4 people or whatever. Tough. Didn't come with, a meal or a souvenir. Honestly, if I would have done that, I would have at least had it in a souvenir cup, collectible. But there's nothing. I wouldn't want to collect something from this season. It'd immediately go into the trash because that's what their team is. Bruh, like their team is so. And of course, Daniel Jones is now out for the year, so it'll either be Mike Glennon or Jake Fromm. Oh, Giants. I remember like in the offseason, they were so hyped up. Their fans were feeling good. Like, yeah, we got Kenny Golladay. We look like we're going somewhere now. Giants fans are predicting 10 wins on the season. And now looking back at that, they're like, you predicted 10 wins? Why? With a team like that, that's notoriously bad now, I wouldn't put an expectation of 10 wins. I'd say maybe modest. I'd say 7, 8 wins. Some did say that, 7, 8 wins. But if you're going to put a lot of expectations on that kind of team, you're bound to get disappointed. I mean, come on. The Giants have been trash for what now? 5 years now? Ever since they made the playoffs in 2016 and they benefited heavily off of a bad schedule. And even in then, they barely beat some of those teams, only to go to freaking Green Bay and get stomped on by Aaron Rodgers. Tough. And how about the Eagles, too? Look at Philly. Philly is all of a sudden in the running for the division. They're in second place. Now, they're probably not going to catch the Cowboys because Cowboys are 3 games ahead. But, yeah, Cowboys win. I believe they could clinch the division this week. Because the only team that can catch them is the Eagles. Yeah, and the Eagles would have to win out these next 3 games. And you look at the Eagles' final 3 games of the schedule after the Cowboys. They have 2 more games after, of course. They have Giants. Okay, like I said, they have all 3 teams. Giants, Washington, and Cowboys. It could come down to week 18 if the and the Cowboys, I'll talk about their game in a minute. They got the football team, Cardinals, and Eagles. And I'm telling you, Eagles win these next 2 games. And the Cowboys lose week 17 against the Cards. That's setting up a doozy, man, on January 9th. Eagles and Cowboys possibly for the division. Could you just imagine? In Philly. I know Cowboys fans don't want that to happen. They want to lock up that division tight. They want to be playing Cooper Rush in the backups week 18. But I think they're going to take care of business against the Eagles when they play because the Cowboys are just that damn good right now. But, man, Giants are not good. Eagles are hitting a stride. And I have no reason not to pick against them. By the way, there was no betting line for the Cowboys-Arizona game. Literally, it didn't have any spread. It was 0. I guess that's as even as you can get. Yeah, I'm going to go Eagles. Give me the Birds over the Giants, and the Giants are going to fall to 4-11. Tough. I could see this game being a freaking blowout. Giants are not good. The Eagles are fighting for their playoff lives now. So, yeah, give me the Birds over the Giants. And speaking of fighting for your playoff lives, the Minnesota Vikings, 7-7, hosting the 10-4 Rams. All right. Let me see if my stream is buffering. It was probably buffering earlier. It always does that. It doesn't say it is, so maybe. Of course, Hanson, we already know who you're rooting for. But let's do this. Okay, yeah, it's going. It's a little choppy, but yeah, we're all right. Okay. But like I said, the Vikings are fighting for their playoff lives. Hosting the Rams. Rams can, do something really awesome for them and take over the division lead with a win and a Cardinals loss, which is something that we didn't really see. We didn't expect this to be happening, right? Now, the Vikings' final 3 games, of course, Rams, Packers, Bears. Yeah. They're second place in their division comfortably. They're not going to catch Green Bay, obviously, because Green Bay already won the division. It's more or less just getting into the playoffs at this rate. I'll try and go over the playoff picture here in a second after I'm done with all my picks. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams on the road. Sorry, Hanson. I think the Vikings could possibly make some noise and maybe shock the Rams, but the Rams are just too good. They are. It's just the way it is. Betting line for this game, for those wondering, is, if I can find it, is it not in here? It's really not in here. They don't have it in here. Wow. Okay. Must be that close. Well, let's see what ESPN has to say. So ESPN has the betting line. If I can find it. Here it is. Betting line at... I don't have one. Okay. I guess it must be that close. They have no betting line. Alrighty then. But yeah, I'm going to go Rams in a very close game. Kirk Cousins versus Matthew Stafford. Classic NFC North rivalry there. Going at it again. Crazy. But I'm going to go Rams in a close one. Next, we got the Bills facing the Patriots for a battle for first place in the AFC South. AFC South. What in the heck? AFC East. AFC South is trash now. It's pretty much been it's a 2-team race over there. Much like in the AFC East. Patriots and Bills. Neck and neck. Patriots ran up there and took the lead in the division. And now they're trying to run away with it. And again, we're going to look at the schedules for both teams here. If I can find it here in a second. Okay, here we are. So betting line is 2.5 for the Patriots. And by the way, the broadcasters for the Giants game. You have Kenny Albert and Jonathan Vilma doing that one. Rams, Minnesota, we have Adam Amin and Mark Schlereth. And then Buffalo, New England, we'll have Ian Eagle and Charles Davis. So yeah, good crew is doing these games now. Love it. Now the schedule for the Bills is Patriots, Falcons, Jets. All 3 very winnable. If they can beat the Patriots, they can easily win out the rest of the year. Because obviously the Falcons are not very good and the Jets are the Jets. Now, as for the Patriots, this is where things could get really tricky for them. Because, like I mentioned, they have the Bills. Then they got the Jags and the Dolphins. So again, if they slip up against the Bills, that's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Because they how did they do against them? Oh yeah, they won their first matchup over the Bills when they only ran the ball, when they only threw the ball 3 times. Yeah, how about that? They threw the ball 3 times in that freaking wintry snowstorm, windstorm mix thing going on up in Buffalo. That was nuts. But then they lose to the Colts. Wow. Now they were in the midst of a nice long winning streak too. The last time they had lost before that Colts game was to the Cowboys when Dak walked them off. And then of course before that they lost to the Bucs by 2. They lost to the Saints by 15, and of course they lost week 1 to the freaking Dolphins. They've been on a roll lately. And then they just hit a speed bump against the Colts, and now they have another one. If they lose this game, and you know what, actually, don't underestimate Miami. And speaking of Miami, let's see what they got. Saints, Titans, Patriots. Yeah. They need to play perfect ball to do that. They're not going to do that. They might be able to beat the Saints and maybe the Titans, but the Patriots, I don't know. They've had success against them. But they need Buffalo and New England to just run over each other, just trip over one another, and then they can take the division. But even then, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how the AFC East rounds out at the end of the year. Who's going to take that division? It's probably going to come down to the final week of the year. We beat the Packers earlier this year, wild card race. Yep. It's at Minnesota. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, so for this one, of course, the betting line, Vikings and Rams. Yeah, that's right. I said they didn't even have it. But for Bills and Patriots, it's a 2.5-point advantage for the Patriots. And I've already mentioned who's calling the game. It'll be Eagle and Davis. But I'm going to go with the home team. Give me the Patriots. The Bills have kind of looked They look kind of mid so far, the last couple of weeks. They don't look like they used to. A few weeks ago, they were looking like an almighty force, but now it's like they just kind of run out of juice almost. Patriots are getting hot, too. I think the Patriots take a nice little commanding lead in the AFC East with a dub here. So give me New England to get the win at home. All right, next we got the 10-4 Bucs and the 5-9 Panthers. I believe the Bucs can clinch with a win here. I don't know the scenarios, but I'm just going to assume that they can clinch the division with a win here. Panthers, remember, they were 3-0, and since then they're 2-9. Sheesh. Man, they were 3-0, and everyone was looking at Sam Darnold going, oh my God, it's a Sam Darnold resurgence. We love to see it. Like the Panthers are here, and they're looking good. Like they went out, traded for Stephon Gilmore. They have J.C. Horn and all them, and they're 2-9 since. Falling flat on their face. They signed Cam Newton. I view that as more of a ticket stunt to bring fans into the stand. Now they're doing a platoon thing with him and PJ Walker. It's like, what are you doing, Matt Rule? And now you're facing a pissed off Tom Brady who is caught in 4K, cursing out the Saints sideline, which he's not going to get fined for that because he's Tom Brady. Anyone else does that, they get a fine and everything like that, but not Tom Brady. I doubt he will. Imagine he doesn't. Oh, that'd be a horrible look for the league, though. Oh, it's like, I'm not even taunting, and I get a flag and a freaking fine. He's over here cursing out freaking Dennis Allen. No flag or fine or anything. That's going to be like, so I can go over to an opposing sideline, say, go F yourself. Nothing. But if I even, as far as look at them, I get a flag and a fine. Cassius Marsh, talking about that. Dude literally didn't do a damn thing. He looked at the sideline. He just looked over there. Just glanced. Ref's like, whoop, flag. I thought it was off. At first, I thought the flag was on the awesome-looking ninja kick that he did for the sack celebration. But no, it was because he looked over at the Steelers sideline. He glanced over there in a threatening manner. He just looked over there. Dang. These refs, man, they are so soft sometimes. I wish they would get, harden up a little bit. Oop, sus. Wish they would just get, lay off the crap. Come on. Let these guys have a little bit of fun. I mean, they're in the, heat of the moment. They're hyped up. As long as there's not no fighting or, weird jumping, like, the throat slash or anything like that, or like, that's fine. If they're talking a little bit of smack, it's part of the game. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, if I'm a ref and a corner is in a receiver's face saying, "I got you, you unlock," if I'm a receiver, if I see a receiver saying, "You can't guard me, I own you, I'm your daddy, stupid, get out of here," I'd be like, "Okay, guys, that's enough. Chill, all right? Yeah, we all know you own him, okay? But chill." And I'd walk with the receiver back to his huddle, but he gets pissed, he's gonna punch you, and I have to throw him out. I don't want to do that. So chill. I don't want no fights because we all know he's weak mentally. But that's in general. I'm not talking about any specific person. We've seen that happen before, though. Corners get triggered and then they start fighting guys, or the other way around. But yeah, give me the Buccaneers over the Panthers. What am I saying? Like the Bucs are just going to destroy the Panthers. The Saints freaking held them scoreless for the first time in Brady. Like Brady was held scoreless, I think, for the first time ever. And it's insane. And he's going to make sure that he drops like 50 on the Panthers. And calling this game will be Kevin Kugler and Mark Sanchez. I believe we heard Sanchez tonight. Lovely. Doing the football team game. That should be a doozy. Yep. Come back for the Panthers. But who knows? Maybe the Panthers were hanging around. But betting line for this game is, if I can find it. Is it not in here? God, Bovada, what's up with you? Why is it not in here? It's not in here. Wow. Okay. Oh, no, here it is. 11. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. 11 points for the Bucs. Yeah, give me the Bucs by way more than that. Brady's going to incinerate him. Now watch. I'll come back next week and be like, "Oh my God, the Panthers beat the Bucs. What the hell happened?" Imagine. But yeah, I'm going to go Buccaneers. And then we get to this week's Tank Bowl. Jets, Jags in New York. Who cares? I'm going to go Jets. Yeah, I'm going to go Jets to win this one. The Jags suck. They're bad. Give me the Jets to get their fourth win. Calling this game will be, where is it at? Oh, Andrew Catalan and James Lofton. Betting line is 2.5 for the Jets. It's primarily close to what any home team would get in an even matchup. Derek Carr continues to own the Browns. Last time the Browns beat the Raiders was the 2014 Cards rookie year. Okay. All right. So next up, yeah, give me the freaking Jets. Next, we got the Falcons at 6-8, hosting the Lions, who is 2-11-1, looking good so far. They maybe they can end their season like we did, and when Mangini was our coach, when we won 3 straight at the end of the year, something like that. They could, but I don't think it'll happen. That'd be funny. Be a nice way to end your season, right? End it on a high note. Betting line is 6 points favoring the Falcons, according to ESPN. Yeah, points favoring Atlanta. And calling this game will be Chris Myers and Robert Smith. Ooh, Robert Smith. Ooh. I don't think I've seen him doing a game before. That'll be fun. Be a nice little. And Myers and Smith doing that one. Now, what do the Lions have the rest of their season? Yeah, Falcons, Seahawks, Packers. Yeah, they're not winning every game. They're probably going to win maybe one more game, unless Packers are resting their starters, which they might. They might be able to maybe tie Chicago for, try to fight for the third place, which would be hilarious. Imagine Chicago loses freaking third place. That'd be nuts. It'd be like, you were in third the entire season until the last week of the year because you guys suck. Matt Nagy's a bum, and Detroit got, lukewarm at the end of the year. They could honestly beat the Falcons. They really could. But Jared Goff's on this list now, so we'll see what happens with him. But I'm going to go Falcons. Yeah, I made it sound like I was going to go Lions, but I'm going to go Falcons. At home too. Yeah, give me Atlanta. There's no way they lose to the Lions. If they lose to the Lions, oh god, that would be horrible. That would just be so tough. You know? Then all of a sudden the freaking Lions would have won 3 of the last 4 games. They honestly could have won way more games too. They just had some horrendous luck at the beginning of the year. Like if you really think about it, if luck was on their side, they would have beaten the Packers. No, not the Packers. They could have beaten the Niners, beat the Ravens. They could have beat the Vikings. They honestly could have beaten the Bears the first time. They lost by 10, but yeah, they could have beaten them there. They could have beaten maybe the Rams. They should have beaten the Steelers. They could have beaten us, beat the Bears. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10 wins. I mean, they lost a couple games very close because of the kicker. Either their kicker sucked and missed, or the opposing kicker clutched up, like Justin Tucker. Yep. It's gonna be tough for the Lions, though. I think they could win at least one more game, maybe. Watch them lose 3 straight games now that I said that. But I'm gonna go. I mean, at least the Lions are playing hard for their coach. It's just the talent, the deficiency is just very noticeable. Let Dan Campbell really start building his team, and maybe they pull a Flores and the Dolphins next year, and they're fighting for a playoff spot next year at this time. That'd be pretty dope, not gonna lie. But this year, it just went bad for them. Give me the Falcons at home. All right, next up, we got the Chargers at 8-6 and the Texans at 3-11 in Houston. Give me the Chargers. The LA Chargers are fighting for division. They're still alive. They're not dead yet. Although the Chiefs got scorching hot lately. They honestly should have beaten the Chiefs. The Chargers are 9.5-point favorites. So some surprise 10. Interesting. I thought it would have been over 10, but no. It's under 10, barely. But yeah, dang. I'm going to go Chargers. And as for the Chargers' final 2 games, Broncos and Raiders, both very winnable. Man, they could have easily ended the year winning 5 straight had they beaten the Chiefs last week. That's tough. Man, they had some bad luck. Lose to the Patriots by 3, lose to the Vikings by a touchdown. Then you lose to the Chiefs. And then if you lose this game, that really puts you out of your misery in the division. Because you're 2 games back. You need Kansas City to lose the next 2 to have a chance. They're still in the playoff hunt, though. But I'm going to go Chargers over the Texans. Calling this game will be Spiro Dides and Jay Feely. So nice. Good job. Carr's 2-0 against Mayfield and 4-1 against the Browns. AFC West can all still make the playoffs. Raiders, anyway, he would still lose. What's up, Man of Destruction? All right. Yeah, this dude's up. Must be nice to beat a team. You beat a team led by a 3rd-string quarterback with who only had, 2 days of practice? And a team where I was missing like half their starters on both sides of the ball. Like, ooh, golf clap for you. Soft. That's a nice flex. Beating a team that was missing 20 players. And you still almost lost. I'm telling you this right now. Had we been fully healthy, we probably would have stomped on the Raiders. There was no way they were beating us with a fully healthy roster. Hell no. Clowney and Garrett? No. The way I see it, we would have destroyed the Raiders with the guys that they were missing. Hell no, we'd probably destroy them. You damn near freaking lost to a team missing 20 players. That would have been hilarious. But hey, our defense was missing like a lot of our key starters. You're in a bad situation when MJ Stewart is getting legit reps at corner. He's not good. Like he's mid. I've seen worse, definitely, but he's not great. Of course, he'll come up with a interception every now and then. He'll make a good play every now and then. But for the most part, you could just tell he's like, hey, he's like, why are you out there? Like, bro, you're a special teamer. Dude, like, we had no Delpit, no John. Well, we had Johnson, but he was We didn't have Harrison. We didn't have Delpit. We didn't have Mac Wilson, Jacob Phillips. We didn't have Greg Newsome or Troy Hill. We didn't have Clowney or McDowell. Really? And you barely beat us by 1 with Nick Mullins at quarterback. That's tough. Man, if Nick Mullins would have won that game, all we needed was to stop on defense or get that first down. What is with us and not getting first downs against the damn Raiders? That was literally like 2018 again. This time it was at home. Although in 2018, I will argue that we did get the first down. The refs are just being stupid. Oh, well, I'm done being salty about that loss. It's whatever, Raiders aren't going to do much anyway. Imagine the Raiders lose this week. That'd be tough. Hard-fought win last week. Get stomped this week. That would just be tragic. Especially against Drew Lock. Oh, Broncos this week. You better beat the Broncos, because if you lose to Drew Lock, oh, God. You beat Nick Mullins by 1, and then you lose to Drew Lock. That would be tough. Oh, my God. But the Raiders are still alive, surprisingly, as are we. We're not dead. We just we derped at the worst time. All we needed was one stop. Couldn't do it. One stop. We could do it against the Ravens because we were fully healthy for the most part. And of course, it's, dealing with Justin Tucker, it's like the guys in the back of their heads knew if they get past the 50, it's over because Justin Tucker is that dude. Justin Tucker is arguably the best kicker in the freaking league. Maybe one of the best ever. They knew it's like the moment they crossed that multicolored line at midfield, it's over. Because that's his range. That's how much of a god he is at kicker. Look at me, a Browns fan showing respect for a Raven. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm going to go Chargers to win this one over the Texans. Okay, I already went over their betting line. Yeah. 9-point favorites, and calling this game is Spiro. Moving on, speaking of the Ravens, we got the Ravens and the Bengals fighting for first place. All right. Betting line for this one is 2.5 for the Bengals. Of course, the Bengals stomped on the Ravens last time they played. I'm pretty sure Lamar will be back. But if he isn't, Huntley is more than capable of handling it himself. But, man, the Bengals are looking to break out the brooms again, huh? That's tough, man. Imagine getting swept by the Bengals. That's tough. Baker's like, I don't know that feeling. I don't know that feeling. Calling this game will be Kevin Harlan, Trent Green. Remember the last time Harlan and Trent Green called a game like that? I think it was in Cincinnati, too. Oh, he broke his ankles. Yeah, when Lamar broke their ankles on defense. That's tough. But I'm going to go with the, do I go with the Ohio team? I'm going to say the Bengals. I'm going to say that. Yeah, because the Ravens have no secondary. They have no secondary. They literally have a bunch of nobodies playing secondary because everyone's hurt. They have like a whole team's worth of players on the island. Like, that is horrendous. That's horrendous. What the heck? That's like I'm trying to say horrendous and terrible at the same time. That's horrendous injury luck for the Ravens. Bengals are favored by 2.5. And calling this game, like I said, is Harlan and Green. Give me the Bengals to win this one. And they're going to go to 9-6 on the year. Wow, 9-6. Man, that's crazy. Especially given with who the other teams in the North play. They could put some nice distance between them and us and the Steelers. That's for sure. Put some real pressure on us. But yeah, give me the Bengals. Can't believe I'm saying it. Next, we start the 4:05 slate of games. We have the 4-10 Bears, 5-9 Seahawks. I'm gonna start flying through these because I'm taking forever. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Game doesn't really matter. It's whatever. 5-9 Seahawks who lost tonight. Their season's essentially over when it comes to playoffs for the most part. I mean, they could sneak in, but it's gonna be very hard to do that. Yeah, I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks to rebound and get a good win on, I guess, like a short week. I guess you would say it's a short week. Let's see if ESPN has the thing here. Where's it at? Here it is. Betting line for this one. Oh, they don't have a betting line. Oh, that's tough. And then calling this game, NFL. Let's see. It is. It's always fun trying to find the games. It's not even in. Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Here we go. It is Gus Johnson and Aqib Talib. Ooh. Nice. Gus will be calling Russell Wilson, throwing bombs, possibly to Tyler Lockett, and exposing the Chicago defense. I don't know if Chicago's going to have their secondary guys back because I think they're all on the list or something. But yeah, if they don't have them and Tyler Lockett's back, good luck, Chicago, especially with Matt Nagy. Oh, God. I feel bad for Bears fans having to deal with that bozo. But I'm going to go Seahawks. Next, we have one of the big games in the late slot. Steelers and Chiefs in Arrowhead. Chiefs, of course, announced that they placed 7 players on the protocols, including Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. We'll see if they get back before this game. If not, it's going to be tough. Steelers are 7-6-1. Chiefs are 10-4. Chiefs are trying to essentially put the dagger in the AFC West's hearts and secure the division again. Steelers are trying to keep up with the rest of the AFC North. But I'm going to actually go with the Chiefs at home because I can't trust the Steelers. The Steelers are not very good. They honestly should have lost to the Titans, but their voodoo magic prevailed once again. And I'm going to go with the Chiefs to secure the dub. Betting line for this game. Do they really not have this one either? Dang, they don't have this one either? Come on, Bovada. What are you doing, man? You're fumbling the bag, bruh. Oh, well, at least let's see if these guys have it. Okay. ESPN. The Chiefs by 8.5. That's after they announced Kelce and them. Dang. Wow, 8.5, despite missing Kelce and them. That just tells you a lot about the Steelers. Then again, they might need to update it. But right now it's 8.5. So, dang, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go Chiefs at home. Give me the Chiefs. And then calling this game will be where you at? Here we are. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo. So yeah, it's the game of the week on CBS, which I literally said is literally one of the games of the week. All right, next we got the final game in the afternoon slot. We got the 7-7 Broncos and the 7-7 Raiders. Broncos, what exactly did they even do last week? I didn't even know. Oh, that's right. They lost to the Bengals. Oh, yeah. Drew Lock came in there. They had a chance to win the game or take the lead, and they couldn't do it. And we already know what the Raiders did. They clutched up, you know. Derek Carr clutched up at the end. They took advantage of a defense that was missing a lot of bodies. But you know what? He's going to have I think he'll have a tough time against Denver. I could see the Raiders winning this game. Sure, I may be salty about the loss, but that's not going to blind me from the fact the Raiders are actually decent. Usually in years past, they would have collapsed by now, but they got rid of Gruden, and now they're actually not complete garbage. They probably would have lost that game last night if Gruden was still there, or like on Monday night. If they still had Gruden, they would find a way to lose. They would have found a way to lose, for sure. But facing Drew Lock, I mean, the Raiders are 1-point favorites. And calling this game will be Greg Gumbel and Adam Archuleta. I mean, these teams don't really have a good chance at the division, but you never know. Playoffs is still, I guess, an option for these two. It's in Las Vegas, so they don't deal with the mile-high altitude this time around. But, man, if it was Teddy Bridgewater, I'd feel better about the freaking Broncos. But I'm going to go with the Raiders to pull it off. I think that win on Monday night is going to propel them ahead, and they're going to make things really interesting. But it would be so Raiders for them to go out on Monday night, beat the Browns by 1, and then turn around and lose to Drew Lock. That would be so Raiders. Get their fans' hopes up thinking, oh my God, we're good. And then they lose to Drew Lock, and they're like, no, we're not. They had us fooled again. But I think the Raiders could win. In fact, believe it or not, I'm picking them. Yeah, I'm picking the Raiders. Like I said, I may be salty about the loss, but that's on my team. Raiders clutched up. I mean, Nick Mullins clutched up at the end there. It's just he just couldn't finish the drive. It wasn't on him. It was on the offensive line and Nick Chubb and the play calling. Alex Van Pelt pulled a bozo out of his hat. All we needed was the first down and the game's over. Couldn't do it. It's all about execution. They didn't execute. It is what it is. But, yeah, I'm going to go Raiders to get the dub over the Broncos at home. And then we go to Monday Night Football. We got Washington and Dallas. Oh, God. Give me the Cowboys. Washington could pose a nice little threat, but if they don't have Heineke or Allen, yeah, give me the Cowboys at home. Pfft, what do you think I am? Give me them boys. Game will be, I believe, Tirico and Collinsworth again, or at least Michaels and Collinsworth maybe. But, yeah, betting line is not in here. My God, what the heck did they... Bovada, what is up with you this time around? And according to ESPN, the line is not in here. Huh. Well, another game with no betting line. I mean, it could be close. Or maybe because, the football team's missing a lot of guys. We'll see how many guys they get back. But I'm going to go Cowboys regardless. And I think this is where they can really just, lock up the division. And then we wrap it up on Monday Night Football with the Dolphins and the Saints, both 7-7 in New Orleans on Monday night. All right. This game could be very, very fun, or it could be one of the most boring games ever. I'm going to go with the Dolphins to go into New Orleans and somehow, some way, pull off the win. I think the Saints are going to be riding high off that big win in Tampa. And I think the Dolphins come in and catch them sleeping a little bit, and they're going to take the dub. Give me the Miami Dolphins to pull it off. As the Saints are favored by 3, so it's essentially a gimme. It's like an even game. I could go Saints, but I don't know, man. I mean, I think they might be sleeping a little bit here. I'm going to go with the Dolphins to pull off the upset. Give me the Dolphins. So, that's it for my picks. And it took me about an hour. How about that? We are worse without Gruden. He's the worst play caller in the NFL. Bisaccia is not a head coach. We would be 9-5 with Gruden. Yeah, I gotta go Raiders. By the way, Ashcan, GG's on that game. That was a fun ass game, bro. I mean, Raiders fans got to be feeling kind of uneasy. Like, you barely beat a team missing 20 players by 1 point, and you needed your kicker to do it. They honestly should have blown us out. With the way that game started, you guys should have destroyed us. Carr should have thrown for over 300 yards and everything, but it's like they just couldn't do it. And we had the game, but execution at the end. Offensive linemen couldn't really open up a hole, and Chubb just couldn't run enough people over to get across the line. Just couldn't get an extra 2 yards. I don't know if you were in here earlier, but I was talking about the at the end. I saw a picture where Myles Garrett was trying to block the kick, and I don't know, it might have been like just the angle of the picture, but the ball would literally look like he was like that close to blocking it. I was like, boy, if that dude pulled a Jamie Meter from 2016 and he blocked that kick, the place would have went up. That would have been the craziest ever. That would have been nuts. But of course we didn't do that. It would have been even more hilarious if it turned into a kick six, like what happened against us and against Baltimore. Oh, well, it is what it is. See what happens against Green Bay. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for my picks. Like I said, I pretty much go over an hour, and I was right. So with that being said, I'm going to hop on out of here. Hope you guys have a great day. And again, I'll be live for Cavs and Celtics tonight, technically, pretty much on the East Coast. It is officially Wednesday, so I will be live tonight for what should be a very interesting game. So if I hear any updates about the Browns, I'll let you guys know. But until then, I'm Crazy Dog 99. Wait, there you go. No, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns, and I'm out.